Well, welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Chad Botherine. Now, last night, the Arizona Diamondbacks, they beat the Houston Astros 5-2, but not without some drama at home plate. Now, both manager Torey Lovullo and third baseman Josh Rojas, they were ejected in the 6th inning for arguing balls and strikes. Rojas, he slammed his bat into the ground after striking out for the 3rd time. That prompted the automatic ejection. Now, despite the ejections, the Diamondbacks, they still came out on top in extra innings thanks to part efforts from Dalton Varsho and Christian Walker. Well, young players, they have been getting their shot with the Diamondbacks in this final month of the season, and one of those is outfielder Stone Garrett, who's had big league dreams since he could remember. Our Cronkite News reporter Danny Maha, he looked into Garrett's path to Chase Field, which was a bit unorthodox.
Stone Garrett was drafted by the Marlins in 2014 and began to rise up in their farm system. However, when the pandemic hit in 2020 and the minor league season was canceled, he was released by the team. Garrett would then commit to join an independent ball club to try to get his career back on track.
Yeah, I had no idea. I knew I was going to play for a year and see where that led, and if I was still in independent ball at the end of the year, that would have been it for my baseball career.
But before the 2021 season began, Garrett would receive a LinkedIn message that would change his whole career. Dan Budrica, the former video coordinator for the Marlins farm system, reached out to Garrett just to check in.
I just reached out randomly, and we're cordial. And then he asked me, and I just wanted to help the player out. I just wanted to help him out.
Although his path was unconventional, Garrett is grateful for the timely opportunity that he received.
Just shows you never know. Shoot your shot. You never know who's in a position to help you.
From the farm to job searching to the big leagues, Stone Garrett has proven that a dream can be just around the corner. You just have to look. In Phoenix, Danny Maha, Cronkite News.
Yeah, well, the Diamondbacks, they just have 6 more games left this season. Well, Aaron Judge, he joined a short list of MLB greats last night when he hit his 61st home run of the season to tie Roger Maris's single-season record. And now Judge, he's just one of 5 players to have more than 60 home runs in a season. He's only behind Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and of course former Sun Devil and San Francisco Giant Barry Bonds. Now Bonds, he does hold the all-time record with 73 home runs hit in a season, and he accomplished that in 2001. And Judge, he gave his special home run ball to his mom. And now with only 7 games left in the regular season, the question becomes, how many more home runs can Judge hit? Well, from growing up playing hockey together in Anchorage, Alaska, to winning a national championship, there's 4 women who are reunited again, but this time they're playing for maroon and gold. Cronkite News reporter Joseph Furtado says that the 4 are excited to be back together.
4 players on Arizona State's women's hockey team grew up playing hockey together in Anchorage, Alaska. Berkeley Radcliffe, Jill Ketchum, Ellie McKenna, and Brooklyn Callender were all part of the 2017 Anchorage North Stars team that won a national championship.
In front, and that'll do it. Anchorage will win 3-1. They win the 16U championships by a score of 3-1 over the Vermont Shamrocks.
Shortly after their championship win, the 4 would eventually split up and go on to play for different clubs, going as far as playing NCAA college hockey. Even after splitting up, the women remained great friends and still kept a strong relationship with one another.
We have a different kind of bond that, a lot of girls don't get just because we've spent so much time together, so it's really nice getting that again.
For Berkeley Radcliffe and Jill Ketchum, they were the first to transfer to ASU back in the fall of 2020 after a short stint with their previous colleges. A year later, McKenna and Callender were also looking for a new team. McKenna spent her freshman season playing for Post University, but wasn't enjoying her time there. Neither was Callender, who just finished her sophomore year with the Adrian Bulldogs.
They had reached out to us asking how we liked it, and we definitely encouraged them to come play with us, but it was super exciting, and I'm really glad they're here.
With 3 of the 4 coming to play for Arizona State, Callender knew that getting the chance to play with her old teammates wasn't something she could pass up.
I always thought, if I ever went to ASU, I know I have Berkeley and Jill, and I was really close with them, and then found out Ellie was coming here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go.
Now that they're all together again on the same team, the women are looking to run it back one more time at the collegiate level.
I think we're all really excited that we get to come back and play together again and kind of shoot for a national championship. Just because it's definitely not something we ever expected we'd be able to do again in our hockey career. Like, we didn't think like all four of us would ever be together.
The four will kick off their season on September 30th against the Utah Utes at Oceanside Ice Arena. It'll be the first time they have played together since their national championship win in 2017. In Tempe, Joe Sfurtado, Cronkite News.
Well, ASU football, they are back at it again after a loss last week against Utah. The Sun Devils, they're ready to face the 6th-ranked USC Trojans in this week's matchup on Saturday night. And the undefeated Trojans now, they barely beat Oregon State last week, but the Sun Devils, they know that they have a tall task ahead of them at Trojan Stadium. ASU, they've struggled offensively, and they need to find more pass protection for quarterback Emory Jones. Now, offensive coordinator Glenn Thomas, he compares what they did last week and what they need to focus on coming into this game.
I thought we did a better job as the game went on in protection. I think there was like 4 sacks maybe in the first half and then just 1 in the second half. So I think as the game went on, we adjusted a little bit offensively as far as what they were doing schematically, and I think that helped us. But obviously we got to start the game off faster to keep the protection, to keep the quarterback in the pocket clean, particularly early in the game.
Well, that's it that we have for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Alexia.